Okay, so you've got a stack of articles all about choosing large language models, LLMs.
Yeah,
Sounds kind of intense, right?
it can be.
But don't worry, we're going to break it all down in this deep dive
Right.
and find the most useful nuggets for you.
Absolutely.
Whether you're coding or doing research or just curious about this whole AI thing,
Yeah,
we're going to help you navigate this LLM landscape.
that's the
Get
goal.
ready for some aha moments.
For
I
sure.
was blown away by some of these LLMs.
Yeah, they're pretty impressive.
So this deep dive is all about you.
Right.
We're going to tailor it to help you specifically.
Exactly. Our mission is to help you figure out which LLM is your perfect match.
Ooh, I like that.
It's like online dating, but for AI,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
You got to find the right one.
Find the right one.
Yeah.
So this article, Choosing the Right LLM, a guide to task-specific models,
Okay.
gives us a great roadmap.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And it starts by emphasizing the importance of your use case,
Uh-huh.
what you actually want to do with an LLM.
Right. It's all about what you're trying to achieve.
Okay, so what are some examples of use cases?
Well, this article breaks them down into 4 main categories:
Okay,
coding, research, content creation, and general knowledge.
so think about your goals.
Yeah,
What are you trying to achieve with an LLM?
exactly, because understanding your use case is crucial because it dictates the specific capabilities you'll prioritize in an LLM.
Right, so like if I'm a coder,
Yeah.
what kind of features should I be looking for?
Well, training data is a big one.
Okay,
Think of it like an LLM's education.
okay.
The more recent and relevant the training data, the better its knowledge.
So an LLM trained on a data set of like outdated code
Yeah.
wouldn't be much help, right?
Not really, no.
Okay, what else?
Integration is important too, especially for coding.
Okay,
You want an LLM that seamlessly integrates with your workflow.
right.
This article mentions GitHub Copilot,
Uh-huh.
which is powered by an LLM called Codex, as a prime example.
Okay.
It can actually suggest code completions right inside your development environment.
Whoa, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
No more scouring Stack Overflow for hours.
Exactly.
So GitHub Copilot for coders.
Definitely worth checking out.
Okay, and what about CodeLlama?
That one's developed by Meta, and it's interesting because it supports a wide variety of programming languages.
Oh, wow, so it's not limited to just the popular ones.
Right, even those that aren't as widely used.
That's great for coders who work with more niche languages.
Absolutely, there's an LLM out there to assist you no matter your coding niche.
So we've got coding covered.
Right.
What about for researchers?
Okay, well, for research, you'd want an LLM that excels at information synthesis
Okay,
and complex reasoning.
complex reasoning.
Yeah, one model that stands out is QuinnMax.
QuinnMax.
Its multi-step reasoning abilities allow it to analyze information from multiple sources, identify patterns, and even generate hypotheses.
So it's like having an AI assistant that can read and synthesize stacks of research papers for you.
Yeah, imagine that.
That would be amazing.
Right, freeing up so much time for researchers to focus on the big picture thinking.
Absolutely.
Another powerful LLM for research is GPT-4.
Okay, GPT-4.
It's known for its deep understanding of complex concepts
Uh-huh.
and its ability to process massive amounts of information.
So for really in-depth research, GPT-4 is a good option.
Think of it as a research assistant on steroids.
Okay, but what about those of us who aren't coders or researchers?
Right.
Say someone who wants to use an LLM for content creation.
Okay, well, for content creation, speed and cost effectiveness are often key considerations.
Makes sense.
This article highlights QuinnTurbo as a great option for generating short pieces of content,
Okay.
like tweets, headlines, or summaries.
So if you need like a quick tweet,
Yeah,
QuinnTurbo could be your best friend.
exactly. It's known for its fast turnaround time.
That handy.
Yeah, perfect for those quick content needs.
What about longer form content?
Well, if you're looking for a good balance between affordability and quality, GPT 3.5 is a solid option.
GPT 3.5.
It may not be as advanced as GPT 4,
Uh-huh.
but it can still generate high-quality content at a more accessible price point.
Okay, so QuinnTurbo for speed,
Yeah,
GPT 3.5 for a balance of cost and quality.
right.
This is really interesting stuff.
It is.
But what about folks who just want an LLM for general knowledge?
Okay, sure.
Like if they have a random question about history or science or something?
Yeah, for general knowledge, you'd prioritize an LLM with a vast and diverse knowledge base.
Okay.
Quen Plus is an interesting model for this purpose.
Quinn Plus?
It combines the strengths of QuinnMax and QuinnTurbo.
Wow, so it's like a hybrid.
Yeah, making it a versatile option for answering a wide range of questions.
Kind of like a Swiss Army knife of LLMs.
That's a good way to put it.
And of course there's Bard,
Right, Google's LLM.
which has access to Google's vast search index.
Exactly. It's like having the entire internet at your fingertips ready to answer your every query.
Okay, so we've got this lineup of amazing LLMs,
Yeah.
each with its own strengths.
Uh-huh.
But with so many options, how do we actually choose the right one?
Well, the beauty is that many LLM providers offer free trials
Okay.
or limited free tiers.
So you can try before you buy?
Yeah, you can test drive different models before committing to one.
That's great advice, but there are still so many factors to consider.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming.
The training data, the features, the costs.
Right.
It's like choosing a phone plan.
Don't get overwhelmed. Remember, the first step is to clearly define your use case.
Okay, define my use case.
What are you trying to achieve with an LLM?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Once you have that clarity, it becomes much easier to narrow down your options and find the LLM that's the perfect fit for you.
So if you're feeling lost in the LLM jungle,
Lost in the jungle.
start by identifying your goals,
Right.
and then take those LLMs for a test drive.
Exactly.
It sounds like there really is an LLM out there for everyone.
Absolutely. And the best part is this technology is constantly evolving.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, who knows what incredible new LLMs will emerge in the near future.
So exciting.
It is a really exciting time to be following this field.
Okay, so we've covered the basics of choosing the right LLM based on your needs,
Right.
but we haven't even scratched the surface of what these LLMs can do.
Oh, yeah, there's so much more to explore.
That's right. In the next part of our deep dive, we'll explore some of the more advanced capabilities of LLMs
Okay.
and how they are being used in innovative and unexpected ways.
Sounds good.
So get ready to have your mind blown.
I'm ready.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
Welcome back. I'm already feeling like an LLM expert
Oh, yeah.
after that first segment,
Well, we just got started.
but I know there's so much more to uncover.
Oh, yeah, we've only just scratched the surface.
Okay, so in this part,
Yeah.
let's delve into some of the more mind-blowing applications of LLMs.
All right, let's do it.
The article mentions some pretty futuristic stuff,
Uh-huh.
like LLMs being used to create hyper-personalized learning experiences.
Yeah, that's right. Imagine an LLM that understands your individual learning style,
Cool.
your strengths, your weaknesses, even your interests,
Okay.
and tailors educational content specifically for you.
So no more one-size-fits-all textbooks or lecturing.
Nope.
It's like having a personal tutor,
Yeah.
available 20/47.
Exactly. LLMs can analyze your progress, identify areas where you need more support, and even adapt the difficulty level in real time.
So you're always challenged but not overwhelmed.
Right, to keep you engaged and learning effectively.
Wow, that could revolutionize education.
I think so.
What else are these LLMs being used for?
Well, another fascinating area is healthcare.
Okay, health.
Imagine an LLM that can analyze your medical history,
Okay.
genetic data, and lifestyle factors
Oh, right.
to provide personalized health recommendations.
That sounds incredible. It's like having a virtual doctor in your pocket.
It kind of is.
Wow.
LLMs are also being used to accelerate scientific discovery.
Okay, in what way?
They can analyze massive data sets, identify patterns that humans might miss, and even generate hypotheses for further research.
So they're not just tools for learning or healthcare.
Right.
They're actually pushing the boundaries of human knowledge.
Precisely.
That's amazing. And let's not forget about the creative industries.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
LLMs are already being used to write music, generate art, and even create entire screenplays.
It's pretty wild.
Wait, so you're telling me that the next Blockbuster movie could be written by an AI?
It's certainly possible LLMs can analyze successful films, identify patterns in storytelling and character development, and generate new ideas
Wow.
that are both creative and commercially viable.
That's both fascinating and a little bit scary at the same time.
I know, it's a lot to take in.
It is. What are some other cool things these LLMs can do?
Well, another area where LLMs are making a big impact is in accessibility.
Okay, accessibility.
They can be used to translate languages in real time,
Okay.
create captions for videos, and even generate audio descriptions for images.
So making information more accessible to people with disabilities.
Exactly, breaking down barriers and creating a more inclusive world.
That's fantastic.
And this is just the beginning. As LLM technology continues to evolve, we can expect even more innovative and impactful applications to emerge.
Okay, so we've seen how LLMs can be used in education, healthcare, scientific research, creative industries, and accessibility.
Right, we've covered a lot.
Is there anything these LLMs can't do?
Well, it's important to remember that LLMs are still tools.
Okay.
They're incredibly powerful tools, but they're only as good as the data they're trained on
Right.
and the people who use them.
That makes sense. We can't just blindly rely on LLMs to solve all our problems.
No, definitely not.
We need to be thoughtful about how we use them and be aware of their limitations.
Absolutely. It's crucial to remember that LLMs don't have common sense or real-world understanding like humans do.
Right, they're not human.
They can make mistakes, generate biased content, and even be used for malicious purposes.
So while LLMs have enormous potential for good, we need to proceed with caution and think critically about their ethical implications.
You've hit the nail on the head. As with any powerful technology, there are risks as well as benefits.
Okay.
It's our responsibility to ensure that LLMs are used responsibly and ethically.
So as we navigate this brave new world of
Yeah,
LLMs,
this new world.
we need to strike a balance
Right.
between embracing their potential and being mindful of their limitations.
Precisely, it's about harnessing the power of LLMs for the betterment of humanity while also being aware of the potential pitfalls.
Okay, so we've explored the amazing potential of LLMs
We have.
and also acknowledged the need for responsible use.
Right, responsible use is key.
But what does this all mean for the average person?
Yeah, that's a good question.
How will LLMs impact our everyday lives?
Well, in many ways, LLMs are already impacting our lives even if we don't realize it.
Really?
They're being used to power virtual assistants, improve search engine results, and personalize our online experiences.
So LLMs are already working behind the scenes to
Yeah,
make our lives easier and more efficient.
exactly. And as LLM technology continues to advance, we can expect even more seamless immigration into our daily routines.
Okay, so they're going to become even more prevalent.
I think it's safe to say that.
What about the impact on the job market?
Okay.
A lot of people are worried that LLMs will replace human workers.
It's true that LLMs have the potential to automate certain tasks,
Yeah,
which could lead to job displacement in some industries.
right.
But it's important to remember that LLMs are tools,
Okay.
and like any tool, they can be used to create new opportunities as well.
So instead of viewing LLMs as a threat,
Yeah,
we should see them as an opportunity
right.
to evolve the workforce and create new types of jobs.
Exactly. Just as the internet created countless new industries and job roles, LLMs have the potential to do the same.
That's a much more optimistic perspective.
I try to be optimistic.
So how can we prepare ourselves for this future
Yeah.
where LLMs are an integral part of our lives?
The key is to embrace lifelong learning and adaptability.
Okay, lifelong learning.
The skills that are in demand today might be obsolete tomorrow.
So we need to be constantly upskilling and reskilling to stay ahead of the curve.
Precisely. And it's not just about technical skills.
Well, what else?
It's also about developing soft skills like critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity, which are harder for LLMs to replicate.
So we need to focus on what makes us uniquely human.
Yeah.
Our ability to think critically, to innovate, and to connect with each other on an emotional level.
That's a great takeaway.
It is in the final part of our deep dive, we'll explore some practical tips
Okay.
for navigating this new world of LLMs and harnessing their power to achieve your goals.
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me. We'll be back. All right, we're back for the final part of our LLM deep dive. It's been quite a journey so far, exploring everything from choosing the right LLM to the mind-blowing potential of this technology.
We have covered a lot of ground.
We have.
But in this last segment, I'd love to bring it all home and focus on what this means for you. How can you actually use these LLMs to enhance your life and work?
Yeah, that's the big question. It's all very impressive, but how do we go from theory to practice?
Well, the first thing is to simply start experimenting. Don't be intimidated by the tech. Many LLMs offer free trials or basic versions you can play with. Think of it as a test drive.
I like that, a test drive to see what these LLMs can do for you. So where do we start? What are some concrete examples of how people are already using LLMs to boost their productivity or creativity?
Well, take writing, for example. Say you're struggling to write a blog post or an email.
Okay.
An LLM can help you brainstorm idea, generate outlines, even write different drafts for you to choose from.
So it's not about replacing human writers,
No, not at all.
but more like giving them a superpowered writing assistant.
Exactly. Think of it as having a brainstorming partner who's always available and never gets tired. And it's not just writing. LLMs can help you analyze data, create presentations, even learn new languages faster.
I've heard of people using LLMs to learn to code. That used to seem impossible, but now it feels like anyone can pick it up.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. These tools have the potential to democratize knowledge and skills, making them accessible to a much wider audience.
Okay, so we can use LLMs to enhance our existing skills or learn new ones. But as this technology becomes more powerful, isn't there a risk of becoming too reliant on it? What happens if we forget how to think for ourselves?
That's a valid concern. It's crucial to remember that LLMs are tools, not replacements for our own brains. The key is to use them strategically to augment our thinking, not to outsource it entirely.
So it's all about finding the right balance, using LLMs to boost our productivity and creativity, while also staying sharp and maintaining our own critical thinking skills.
Exactly. And remember, just like any tool, LLMs have their limitations. They can make mistakes, they can be biased, and they don't always understand the nuances of human language or context.
So we can't just blindly accept everything an LLM tells us. We need to be critical thinkers and double-check the information.
Absolutely. It's about using LLMs as a starting point, a way to spark ideas or get a different perspective, but always applying your own judgment and common sense.
That's a great point. As we wrap up this deep dive, is there one final piece of advice you'd give to our listeners who are eager to explore the world of LLMs?
I'd say embrace the curiosity. Don't be afraid to experiment, to play around with these tools and see what they can do for you. The world of LLMs is constantly evolving, so stay informed, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay curious.
I love that. Stay curious. It's the best way to approach any new technology, especially one as transformative as LLMs. Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the world of large language models.
It's been a fascinating journey.
It really has. I hope you found it as enlightening as I have. And remember, the future of LLMs is being shaped right now. Be a part of it.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and who knows, maybe you'll be the one building the next groundbreaking LLM.
The possibilities are endless. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep on diving deep.